Connecticut is home to many great racetracks such as Stafford Speedway, Waterford Speed Bowl, and Lime Rock Park. But one track came before them all and has been a New England staple in short track oval racing.
Located in Stafford Springs, Connecticut, Stafford Speedway was originally named Stafford Springs Agricultural Park when it first opened in 1870. Patrons from Hartford would make the trip to Stafford aboard the newest form of mechanized transportation at the time, a trolley. And what were they watching? Half-mile horse racing up until the end of World War II, when it made the switch to automobile racing, hosting midgets, sprint cars, and the up-and-coming stock cars from the South. In 1957, the track officially started working with NASCAR as a dirt track under the ownership of Rockville auto dealer Mal Barlow. Barlow finally paved the track in 1967 and 3 years later sold the track to the Arute brothers, Chuck and Jack, in 1970. Jack Arute, who ended up becoming a reporter for ESPN, handed down ownership to his son Mark, who manages the operations of the facility to this day. We managed to talk to a fan of Stafford who remembers the days of the dirt track. Let's hear what Kinson Perry had to say.
And it was a novel experience for someone that was an adolescent or just moving into your teen years. It was exciting. It was at night. There was a big assault on your senses. I mean, the smells were different, the sounds were different, and probably the biggest difference besides the cars right now was that it was a dirt track. Now it's an asphalt oval. I think it's a half mile still, and it kept those same configurations, but with dirt. You saw a lot more skidding around the turns. There was a lot more dust that was kicked up into the air. A lot more just a visual excitement in that regard. Also, because of the time frame in the late '60s, there weren't the kind of late model cars that you would get now. So they were like 1940 Fords, the old coupes, and they would be like, open engines, and it was just a lot of excitement. Crowds were fun, and it was a big family thing actually. It was I think it was Friday nights that we used to always go. So hang out with some friends, stay out late at night, do something risky. It was always fun that way too.
Unfortunately, NASCAR and the Arutes cut ties in 2020, but the track still proves to have the reputation as proving grounds for the biggest up-and-coming stars in oval racing. Some notable drivers who have made an everlasting impression at Stafford include Jeff and Brett Bodine, Dale Earnhardt, Mike Stefanik, Martin Truex Jr., and Ryan Preece, who currently runs in the NASCAR Cup Series, the highest division of oval racing in the country, in the number 60 Ford Mustang Dark Horse for RFK Racing. And finally, the late Ted Christopher, a legend at Stafford who unfortunately passed away in 2017. His nephew, Mike Christopher Jr., continues to race at Stafford and looks to carry on the legacy of his family's name. If you ever get the chance, check out the documentary 13, The Life and Career of Ted Christopher. It's a story you'll love to hear. We had the chance to catch up with Mark DeMauro Jr., who is an up-and-coming young driver, and what it's like to drive at such a prestigious track.
Yeah, I mean, Stafford's a very prestigious track. Everyone all over the country and honestly internationally really knows of Stafford. So I think anytime, no matter what it is, you get to have an opportunity to run here, it will help you only become not just a better driver, but better with everything. You learn more because it's so competitive. You got to make slight more adjustments, and throughout that you learn more, and it helps you on and off the track. And I think Stafford has a lot of opportunity, and we have a great privilege to be running here.
Even here at Stafford today, you can see and feel the history of this track. But now that we know about its conceptualization, let's fast forward to this past year in 2025.
Today, Stafford Speedway is still host to some of the greatest modified short track racing in not just all of New England, but the entire United States. Every Friday night from May to September, Stafford hosts their premier SK Modified division alongside their other weekly racing classes of street stocks, limited late models, SK Lights, and late models. And even outside of racing, the track hosts giant car shows such as Broke East and Wicked Big Meat. You can also find Tyrod's annual swap meet, the New England 900 with Cletus McFarland, SRX, aka Superstar Racing Experience, where legends like Tony Stewart and Michael Waltrip duke it out in specialty-built race cars. And most exciting of all, coming back this summer, Monster Trucks, which is looking to put on a show for all ages on June 14th and 15th, with tickets starting just at $50. Before we talk about 2025 and the 53rd Annual Spring Sizzler, how did the 2024 season shake out? Stafford Speedway hosted its final Friday night race program of the 2024 season with Napa Auto Parts Championship Night on October 4th. Features wins were notched by Michael Christopher Jr. in the SK Modified, Adam Gray in the Late Model, Josh Morrison in the SK Light, Matt Clement in the Limited Late Model, and Travis Hydar in the Street Stock. Tyler Chapman had already secured the SK Light Track Championship the previous week, and the other 2024 track champions are Andrew Mueller in the SK Modified division, Kevin Gambacorda for the second consecutive season in the Late Model division, Matt Clement in the Limited Late Model division, and Travis Downey in the Street Stocks. Fast forward to this past week, Stafford Speedway hosted the 53rd Annual Napa Spring Sizzler, along with its 5 weekly divisions on Sunday, April 27th. Feature winners on the day were John Pulio in the SK Modified feature, Paul Verrecchio Jr. in the Late Model feature, Nicholas Hovey and Brian Sullivan were the winners of the 220-lap SK Light duels that will set the starting field for the SK Light 30-lap feature on the Friday, May 9th weekly racing car. Matt Clement in the Limited Late Model feature, and Bert Ouellette in the Street Stock feature. Unfortunately, not everyone can win, and even second place is not enough for most. We talked to Jeremy Lavoie, who came up just short.
We knew the car was fast, practice last week, but we just weren't sure what was going to happen tonight. Really cold out here, so wasn't sure what the track was going to give us, but I think we made the perfect adjustment right before the race, and I didn't need that yellow. I was catching the 59, and started on the outside. It really hurt me, so tucked back into fourth, was able to get a third place out of it on the last lap, and I'm happy with it. Something to build off of. We got 19 more weeks of racing, so I'm here for the long haul. There's plenty of times throughout the year to get the trophy, so I'll take a podium finish to start off the year. There is one race that I'm missing a trophy on, and it is the Spring Sizzler, so still got the monkey on my back there.
As mentioned, the 53rd Annual Napa Spring Sizzler, quote, the greatest race in the history of spring, was also run by open modified cars. Stephen Kopic overcame an early race penalty to work his way back to the front of the field and took control of the race in the second half to score his first career Napa Spring Sizzler victory. Every winner on the day was super excited to get it done early, as building confidence now can help you later in the season. Matt Clement embodied that after his Limited Late Model win.
The 4 and 5 years, I think it's safe to say in the Limited Late Model division, I own this race. And I don't say that about a lot of stuff, but me and this race, man, we get along great. I am on cloud 9 after winning that race. I wanted that trophy so damn bad, and I would have been PO'd if I did not win from the pole, let me tell you.
If you get the chance, it is definitely worth it to take the family out to the track for the day. With tickets starting at just $25 for general admission and $45 to be able to go into the pits and see your favorite drivers, it's an event that won't hurt your pockets, but we can't guarantee it won't hurt your ears. That's all from me. I'm Christopher Cruz with Jared Toffel behind the camera. Thank you for listening.